Good afternoon, this is Mark at the Wicked Edge Expert Corner Group, and we have one more. I thought of one more thing I wanted to say, and these clamps, talking about the clamps. When you go to use the clamps, because it is on a bar, that is on this printed plastic on these rails and an assembled kit with Stabil-Rizer extension rails. These parts, they are snug, and when you put them in, you have to tap them in and get them tapped in until they're all the way in. And the hole is clean, open, not part of it, but clean, open all the way through. And make sure they're centered, because they're two different rails and they could be one in further than the other. And that sets the length difference, so then the cap is different. So then it's off to the side. And that becomes very noticeable when you're using this thin-tipped clamp, especially out at a length. So for you guys with the Stabil-Rizer kits, especially with the extender rails, because I found that different source for that aluminum, and it's just a little bit thicker. That, and if you have a new Stabil-Rizer kit, all these things go together snugly the first time. So maybe you hit them with a little cleaning on the rail first. I try to clean them up, and I do test them, and I test fit all the parts. But when you have to do it, you don't expect how hard. Some of these, like this one, when I put together today, I beat on it. I put on the plastic end, I tightened it up, and I beat on it. And I noticed that putting it in, that it like walked in one side, so I was teetering back and forth when I added this longer rail today to my own setup. So that's why I wanted to take a moment to talk about the installation on these, and for Ed also, with the clamping issue, so that you understand that it doesn't take but a little bit and then they're held like that and then screwed. So knock them both in so that they're even, and you'll feel it in the way they slide also. And then he keeps it centered. Then, even though it's centered, because this is machined by me, drilled and tapped, this part that was originally a very fine thread, I have adapted it, modified it, machined it, fabricated it to be on this post. The precision is not as tight as the other precision, so it may, in combination with the rails not being, it could be leaning to one side more than the other, and when you go to use it, go one side or the other and take advantage of that lean so that it supports it how you need it to support. So these are some things you have to, and it does, it can twist, especially if you lift up on this, so be careful. It's just a stabilizer, a light aluminum stabilizer. When you lock the handle and everything together, it's really solid. This is a nice setup, nice idea. This will work. It does take finagling to get the position so that it's straddling it, but this is what was requested of me, to get a clamp to allow these double-headed knives to be sharpened. And that would be a similar way to attempt to sharpen Swiss Army knives. but they get a lot of blades, so when you get too far off the center of a design for a center line clamp, then it wouldn't work. So Swiss Army knife, the blades stagger too far, then this is just center and right there. It's not an issue. Thanks.